Littering is a criminal offence in England and the United Kingdom, and you can be fined up to £2,500 for doing so, and it is incredibly dangerous for animals. This here, bird could choke on, that's the end of a bird's life. So this should really be in the bag. Some dirty tramp can't be bothered to put their rubbish in the bin, so they'd rather kill an animal. Yay, very clever. Flaming idiot whoever did this. I am out on the streets tidying up other people's litter, because they can't be asked to tidy it themselves, and I don't want animals to choke. This isn't as bad as other litter. It is still bad, because birds will not choke, and it is cardboard, so it will go into the soil. Not that this is okay, but this isn't as bad as plastic. It's biodegradable. If you knew how littering affected people and animals, would you still do it? If you're against animal abuse, you're against littering. Litter tends to come from poor people, such as in Kenya and in poverty, and wannabe gangsters. One factor of littering is if a bird gets their head stuck inside of here and you found out that happened, or a duck, how guilty would you feel? Or if a turtle died, or a snail cut themselves, or an animal cut themselves, how would you feel? Would you still do it? Because if you're against animal abuse, you're against littering. Because this kills. This kills. This is what you've got to accept. Just find a bin or keep it on you. It's really dangerous for wildlife and the community for littering. Just a question, what if this was your own cat that cut themselves and you found them dead out in the garden? Because I know somebody who this has happened to before. How would you feel? Because this is the exact same as killing your cat. It's the same. You're killing a bird. It's an animal. This a fox could choke on, and that'd kill a fox. Especially if this was in their mouth. Half of it would go in, it would go down their throat, it would get stuck. Then you've killed an animal. So you can't say you're against animal abuse, because you are. Because if you do that, you're not against animal abuse. Full stop. When a bird gets their head stuck inside of here, or a fox gets stuck and their belly gets stuck and they can't breathe, it's your fault. You've killed an animal. All because you can't be asked to pick up your bleeping mess. This, a bird would certainly choke on, and that'd be the end of them. So stop it. Stop being so lazy and clean up your mess out in the street. Because if this kills, you've killed an animal, then effectively you're an animal abuser and you should be in prison for animal abuse. But it cannot be proved, so this is not technically possible. This, as I just said, can cut a bird's head and get their head stuck inside the smaller birds. And then, once this has happened, well, you've killed an animal, so stop littering. Over 3 billion turtles and marine sea life die every day from litter. So think about what you've done and caused, because this litter in Milton Keynes on Bradwell Common goes around all the way to the sea. In the sea, this would split, and this lid could come off in the rocks, and it could choke a whale, a dolphin, even a dog if it washes up and the dog's on the beach. It kills. Stop littering. Here's a bin, not the street. Use the bin, not the street. Look at this. Totally unnecessary. I've already mentioned it kills. You sure this isn't just a fox trap? Yeah, it's a fox trap. If their head gets in this, it's officially a fox trap. Totally unnecessary. I personally worry for the bird's safety and the animal safety of the wild and even domestic pets. Because this they choke on, I worry for their safety. With people like you around, you just litter and do as you want without it giving up for anyone else. This kills. Here's my bag of all the litter I'm picking up for lazy who can't tidy their mess up on the street. So they just want to kill an animal because they can't be asked to pick up their mess. Somebody who either works at Halfords or a customer at Halfords has littered. They've been not giving a care for anybody else but themselves, because they want to murder an animal just because they can't be asked to tidy up their mess. Think of it, if you was in your own world, without any animals, and then big giant came and chucked tons of plastic and you mistake it for your sweets or your Costa, and you drink or eat it, and you choke, and you was inside a plastic bag for 22 hours before you died of a slow death, how would you feel? Think about that, and stop littering as soon as you fall. Because you've got to think about how it affects things. You can't just do what you want on the street. It's not how it works. Perhaps animals shouldn't think it's litter, but you shouldn't litter, which means they wouldn't have to think that, because it looks like some of their food that they eat. Plastic to them looks like clear water, so they're drinking clear water in their opinion, and then litter comes along. Oh, I'm choking of a slow death now. Well, it's your fault. An animal dies, don't blame anyone else but yourself. Chances are, if you've littered before, it's already killed an animal, if it's within a day. If you've littered before, it's already killed an animal. So, think before you next litter and don't do it. It's a form of bullying as well, because you're bullying animals and accusing them of not understanding what it is, because they're animals and they're not mammals. Well, some of them are, some of them aren't anyway. So you're bullying them and not giving them the voice to speak out, and you just litter. It's bullying. It's animal cruelty and it's abuse. I'm risking my personal safety just because you didn't want to clean up your mess. And it's possible I could fall now. I'm just helping the animals. I'd rather that I was hurt than an animal was killed. So I'm climbing up here, really dangerous, just because you can't be asked to tidy up your mess. And you'd rather kill an animal or potentially kill me, because that's what you're doing, technically. You're killing animals and you could be killing me any minute. Oh, I mean, dirty tramp. Just littered all of this. And I'm the one climbing and risking my own life for you. Here's a myth. Littering cigarette butts is okay. Not true at all. Because animals still eat them. They're toxic to animals. So don't do it. If you smoke, fine. But don't litter it everywhere. Because it's theoretically like plastic. And you can choke on plastic, same as you can choke on cigarette butts. Because if they get stuck in the middle of your throat, you're gone. And the chemicals are toxic to the environment. They can pollute waters and pollute animals. Quick fact, if you're against coronavirus, that's one thing that could be spreading it. If somebody puts their lips on it, or they touch somebody with coronavirus and they just wash their hands and they litter before they wash their hands, they're giving the environment coronavirus, which leads to it spreading in the air and ending up in your school, anywhere where you go. You could get it just by littering and being a lazy. Totally unnecessary. This is toxic to eat. Full stop. Don't litter anymore. Chokeable.